The idea for this talk came to me a few months ago as I was scrolling down my friend's Instagram after I just had a 2-hour conversation with her. Juliette regularly posts pictures of holidays and workouts. On the web, she shows all her gorgeous makeovers, the fun parties she goes to, and the fancy outfits she wears. And of course, she collects likes and heart emojis. At first glance, her life seems absolutely perfect. The only things she never talks about are the moment she feels down after she just had an argument with her family, the moment she feels lonely as she wanders around the corridors of her new school, the struggles she faces. And if she just had a boring night in, catching up on late homework, well, she simply doesn't bother mentioning it on the internet. After all, that's not the fun part of her life, not an adventure worth telling. Now, how many of you scrolled down your Facebook feed this morning, posted an Instagram picture, commented in a group conversation? We're all a bit like Juliette, don't we? Through our pictures and cool captions, we create a happy scenario with funny and bubbly characters. And even though we feel like we're showing our lives on the internet, we are actually creating a fictional content that only gives glimpses of reality. I actually think that posting on social media is a way to put on a show. And I came to realize that the reason why we love social media so much is because they enable us to become the authors of our own stories and the readers of others. So I was reflecting about that, and a particular idea struck me. Social media is our modern literature. Now, at this point, you might think, hang on a minute, don't go too far. Social media relates to reality, not fiction. And literature is so different from social media. It's not about connection. Well, I actually think that fiction is a product of both the writer's and the reader's connection. Let me explain. When an author writes a book, they create a fictional world that the reader has to accept and picture in their mind to fully appreciate the book. This implies that in the world created by the author, there is a part of reality. Otherwise, the reader could simply not follow and understand the book. For example, in Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling creates a magical world, a fictional world, but this world is based in our real world, the Muggle world, that we readers can relate to. Literature blurs the line between reality and fiction. Social media are the same. Like every author, every person who posts on social media makes choices. What they post is never more than a selection of facts, an interpretation of reality. Social media also blurs the line between reality and fiction. No wonder now why Instagram or Snapchat has chosen to enable their users to post stories. I also realized that social media can be for us a way to escape reality. We scroll down our feeds to see pictures of holidays, landscapes, food, outfit, and so on. We get new and fresh ideas, and above all, we dream. This explains why we read less and less as the time passes. Books were once used to escape the too often harsh reality of daily life. Since social media seems to offer that, it has progressively become our modern literature. Now, let's go further. Think of the times you get caught in a great book. You know this feeling of being attached to a character to a point of identifying yourself with him or her and finding yourself and your deepest emotions right there on the page. Can you remember all the moments when clutching your book, you were praying for this protagonist not to die? Well, I think this is what social media offers us. On social media, we create an emotional link to the people we follow. We feel for them, wait to see their posts, the continuation of their adventure. Social media fuels our thirst to get to know them more, to have a glimpse of their private life, the told and the untold. This may explain why some famous YouTubers or Instagrammers have been harassed to reveal more information about themselves. We want to get to know them as much as we get to know characters when we devour a great book. Now, what intrigues me is how our societies use fiction and reality. Let me tell you a story. A few months ago, I read a book to my 4-year-old little cousin. He was fascinated by the super strong hero who could climb up walls and save the world. The next morning, he ran to me and asked, "Maeve, do you think that Spider-Man cries when he gets a bruise?" Now, if I read you Spider-Man's story, it would not occur to you to ask such a question, because you know that Spider-Man isn't real, because you know that this story is fictional, because you're older. You see, as we grow up, we progressively learn to discriminate reality from fiction, truth from story. The more we read, the more we learn not to trust everything that is written. We learn to spot unreliable narrators, to question points of view. We learn to be critical thinkers. In other words, we become responsible readers. I think that these skills should be applied to social media too. On social media, we need to be active thinkers to discriminate the biased content from the objective information. We need to keep questioning everything that is presented to us, even when it sounds real. We need to strive to broadcast better and more accurate information. This is crucial on a personal level, but also for the collective good. You see, as we grow up, we're progressively expected to become responsible adults, but also responsible citizens. Now, citizenship is not something that is out there, an abstract notion. Citizenship is what you and I can do in our everyday life to make this world a better place. And that starts by promoting awareness. Social media gives us the wonderful opportunity to access and share our knowledge. That is magical. Social media pushes boundaries and makes us reflect on the world we live in. Let's enjoy this power while understanding its limitations. That is the reason why I give this TEDx talk today. I want to bring this matter to your attention. I want to challenge the way you think about social media, because it is constantly challenging us to be vigilant and active thinkers. So the next time you scroll down your feed or open any social media, take a few seconds to ponder about what you're seeing, so that you may not be caught in all of those true-to-life stories. Thank you.